Welcome to JasonWhiskyWise. My name is Jason. Welcome to this whiskey review where today I'm going to be covering a new mini-series, and I haven't done one of these for around about 4 or 5 weeks, so it's been quite some time, but I want to cover these anyway. These are going to be into AnCnoc. So, AnCnoc's a whiskey that not many people know very well, but I've got a few of the core range, so the 12, the 18, the 22, which was, I think, was a limited edition or a private special edition, and then the 24. So I've got these 4, and then if we can get some others in the next couple of months, I will feature them here on the channel. And I believe it's a whiskey that not many people know about, and many people should start learning about. So I actually poured myself the 12 in the first take of doing this video. And as you can see, in the process of opening all these bottles, this completely cracked. I had this for I think about a year, maybe a year and a half. So it has been some time and it's well overdue. So the AnCnoc 12, it's bottled at an ABV of 40%. The actual distillery for this one is from the Knock Do distillery, not to be confused with the Knock and Do distillery, because there are 2 distilleries in Scotland that have very similar names, and people do get them confused, and even the pronunciation is AnCnoc. So the actual parent company that own them are Inverhouse Distillers, and they're the same people that own Balblair, Old Pulteney, and I believe it is Speyburn, because Speyburn are doing a lot of marketing stuff this year in the North Americas. Now, the actual region for this one is in the Highlands region of Scotland, and the price point on a full-size bottle of this one in the UK is around about £32 to £35. Very good and very affordable. Now, is it exclusive? No, it's not, as it's part of their core range. So the 12 is something you will be able to find. Wow, very interesting nose. I want to jump straight into the nosing notes on this one. So let's get into the nose. For the AnCnoc 12, it's got a very nice, light and refreshing. It's very interesting to say refreshing sometimes with whiskey, but it's got a very nice, refreshing profile on the nose to begin things off. Green apples, but it's almost like a summery green apple that's very light and it's not, heavy and in your face. Clementines with a little gentle citrus. There is a nice sweetness making its way through of glazed donuts. Yeah, definitely offering this almost like a floral sweetness as well. Orange blossom, that's it. Orange blossom, a combination of a little bit of citrus and that floral character. It actually reminds me of syrup. It's like sugared water. It's got that really nice sweetness about it. And then just off the end, it's got this little note of barley sugar. But it definitely has almost like this crisp green apple that's almost in a combination of like a fresh fruit salad, but using very, light sort of summery things. Not really doesn't have any grapes or anything like that. No sultanas. It's just like green apples, green pears, and clementines and the honey blossom really dominating the nose. No real spice either. Let's get into the palate next. Slanger. So to get us started on the palate for this whiskey, arrival-wise, texture, it's quite light. It's not actually developing very much on the palate, so I'd say it does have a nice light texture to it. You do start out with a little gentle spice. Spiced peaches, apricots, as it then works its way into the citrusy citrus blossom, where that floral effect takes a little bit more of a steadier hand in the actual character profile. I do get a bit of satsumas as well. You can probably hear knocking, and that is because there is a storm going out around my studio right now. So I'm kind of worried because there's a tree that looks like it's about to fall, but I'll go and address that later. But I do get sultanas working its way through off that satsuma, a little toasted vanilla note. And there is even, I heard a creak there, that's a bit worrying. And I do get a little bit of like a golden delicious apple on the end. And just at the end, there is a little faint little burst of spice through the mid and back palate. And that just adds a little warming effect to the actual overall palate of the whiskey. Let's get into the finish next, and we'll come to our conclusion on the AnCnoc 12. So for my concluding notes on the AnCnoc 12, overall finish length is around about, say, a light medium, a short medium actually. It doesn't really go on for very long, but the notes you do get, a combination of those dried sultanas, definitely has these dried apple loops that you get from the health shops. It's got that really sort of lighter, but at the same time a dryness about it on the finish. I'm getting lime cordial and lemon cordial, which you use when you're making some cocktails and mixing drinks. And then I'm getting a very interesting, it's like a very ripe conference pear, those green pears. Very ripe version of that, as then it just sort of finishes off, and there's no real spice on the actual end of this whiskey, which is very nice. So overall, I'm gonna give you my rating, as I will ramble further about this whiskey if I kept it longer. But I'm giving this an 85 out of 100. A very nice 12-year-old expression. It does have a very lighter profile. It's probably something I would say is more of a summery whiskey, personally for myself, as it's something, as it gets hotter in the upcoming few months, fingers crossed it does get hotter and not snow, but something that I would look to sit with probably when it gets a bit more warmer, as it does have a nice light, and I get a lot of that green appley character working through this whole whiskey, and a very gentle spice, but a lot also of that nice, what's it called, orange blossom working its way through. So I'm going to finish this dram. Do I think it needs water? Personally not. I feel it'll make it probably a bit too light, and doesn't need time. You can give this a little bit of time and it will start to breathe a little bit more, as it will then sort of develop a little bit further, but you don't need to give it so much time in the glass. It's one of those ones, pop the cork, pour yourself a dram and just enjoy it. And do I think it's value for money at 32, 35 pounds? It's good value for money. Anything more than 37, I'd say don't buy it. But anyway, that's my review. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. And if you guys have enjoyed the video, drop it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, which I'll leave over there. And if you have enjoyed the video again, I'll leave it at that. But 85 out of 100 for the AnCnoc 12-year-old. And I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of this. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all for the next video. Slàinte.